I just had a chat with our old friend Quincy Sharp. He confirmed that Strange is working with someone else. I'm going to find out who.
What are you talking about? You need to get that blood to freeze now.
I will. I just need to.
No, you don't. You need to go back to the GCPD. Please, Bruce. For me?
Why does Oracle have to mom Bruce? Anyway, hey guys, what's up? It is me, it's here, and sorry, as I said, today. Oh, there's.
Hey, Batman, can you hear me? It's Officer Jones back at the museum. Hope you can hear me. I'm using one of the radios Penguin's crew are using. We found something in Penguin's stash that the boys think you might be interested in. We're holed up in the Iceberg Lounge. Swing by and we'll show you.
Okay, so we have undercover cop things. But today is going to be a intermission episode. So basically what I'm going to be doing is kind of introducing to you guys, the characters and their bios and all that stuff in this game. I know my main objective right now is to manufacture the cure, return to the GCPD lab to deliver the blood of Ra's al Ghul to Mr. Freeze, which I will be doing the next episode. So this is just sort of an intermission sort of thing. And the whole time, I used to think that Ra's al Ghul's name would be pronounced as Ra's al Ghul instead of Ra's al Ghul. But, yeah. So I have a slew of character bios. I have Riddy trophies. But I'm only going to be doing character bios. They have Arkham City stories. With a round of them. So what I'll be doing is that I will be kind of, and then, so I will be going through these characters' bios and then go from there. So I'm sorry, and I'm gonna go backwards just because, why not? So with this, so right now, here is this one, and some of these guys may have tape, some may not, all that random chiz and whatnot. So, I'm gonna start off with Black Mask. Okay, his real name is Roman Sionis. Roman Sionis. I remember I saw him in Birds of Prey. That movie is a good movie. Honestly, it's well worthy of a good movie. Okay, his occupation is a professional criminal. He is based in Gotham City. He has brown eyes, brown hair, 6'1". Dang, he's tall. 195 pounds. And he first appeared in Batman 386. It was in August 1985. Okay, so now on to this stuff. Following the suspicious deaths of his wealthy parents in a fire, Roman Sionis inherited their fortune and went on to bankrupt their company, saved with a buyout by Bruce Wayne. Sionis came to resent and hate his rescuer. Fixated on the concept of masks, Sionis carved one of his father's black coffin and sought revenge on Wayne. His ensuing battle with the Dark Knight caused his mask to be burnt into his skin, remaking him as the Black Mask. Sionis is now a feared gang leader and one of the most powerful mob bosses in Gotham, with a burning hatred of the Batman. Okay, and now his attributes. Obsessed with masks, harbors a hatred of Batman and Bruce Wayne, because Batman and Bruce Wayne are obviously the same person. But yeah, pretty sure a lot of people out there in this universe probably don't know that. Only a select people do. Face resembles a black skull, feared and powerful mob boss, and a skilled marksman known for his double handguns. Ooh. Okay, now we're going on to Jack Ryder, who I low-key got the impression that he was kind of a douche. Like, he is, in my opinion, he's like textbook douche. I don't know, what a weirdo. Okay, his real name is Jack Ryder. He is the investigative reporter in Gotham City. He has blue eyes, black hair, 6 foot, 194 pounds, and first appearance in Showcase 73. That was in March 1968. Okay, here's his bio. Jack Ryder is an investigative reporter turned controversial talk show host, well known for his aggressive manner and his relentless determination to get to the truth. Yeah, he's like far more. He's incredibly douchey. I don't know why. He just, he kind of screams douchebag in a way. I don't know, something. I don't know why. I don't really like him. With the opening of the controversial Arkham City at hand, Ryder hopes to discover the roots of this dangerous stronghold and expose them for the good of Gotham. It's not so much, his actions, it's more so kind of, he's kind of got that, in a way, his behavior. Just, I don't know why. He's a determined reporter, known for his aggressive pursuit of stories, and famous for his controversial talk show. Jeez. That almost sounds like, if you look into, like, Spider-Man sense, you remember J. Jonah Jameson? Yep. Poison Ivy. Okay, her real name is Pamela Lillian Isley. She is a professional criminal based in Gotham City, has green eyes, red hair, 5'8", 115 pounds. First appearance in Batman issue 181, that was in June 1966. Okay, there we go, we got her bio. Fontana's Pamela Isley was transformed by a science experiment gone wrong into a plant human hybrid. With the chlorophyll flowing through her veins instead of blood, she developed a toxic touch and a pheromone-filled talent for seduction. Her unique brand of eco-terrorism often puts her into conflict with Batman, whose iron will usually protect him from her seductive powers. Since her encounter with the Dark Knight on Arkham Island, Ivy has been transferred to Arkham City. Taking refuge in a vine-covered stronghold, Ivy would rather keep humanity away than participate in the gang wars of Arkham City. Yep. Okay, now her attributes. Able to direct the growth of all plant life, plant genes mixed with their DNA, exudes natural pheromones that control victims, skin secretes a deadly toxin, and pathological drive to protect nature from humanity. So, in a way, if you look at it that way, she might as well be an anti-vaxxer in some ways. Okay, we have Zsasz, who apparently here has a thing for telephones. Seems like he's got a thing for phone calls. So, we have one phone call that we gotta listen to. Yeah, so if there's any audio recordings in this, we're gonna be listening to those as well. Okay. His real name is Victor Zsasz. He is a professional criminal based in Gotham City. He has blue eyes, no hair, but formerly had blonde hair. Yeah, the blonde hair, since he was in Birds of Prey. The blonde hair, you got that. He is 5'8", he's 150 pounds, and first appearance in Batman Shadow of the Bat, issue 1, that was in June 1992. And his bio, a true sociopath, Zsasz grew up in a life of ease, but nonetheless became a serial killer. Indiscriminate in his prey, body count is the only thing that mattered to Zsasz. Yeah, he's basically textbook serial killer. That's right there, y'all. He carves a mark for each of his victims into his own body and is saving a special spot for the Batman. Since being thrown into Arkham City, his whereabouts are unknown, though reports of rising body counts fits his modus operandi. Okay. Okay, his attributes. Sociopath, with no regard for human life, no pattern of killing, making him difficult to track, and compulsive need to kill others. And now, we got to listen to a tape. So listen here. And I think this was, we found this, you know, phone call thing in one of the earlier episodes. So let's take a listen.
Did I ever tell you about my first kill, Batman? No? As I am sure you are aware, my parents were dead and I was rich. So rich I could have anything I wanted, but of course, all I wanted was them back. I now know that that was impossible, of course, that their death served a higher purpose. But back then, I had yet to experience the joy of cold steel cutting through warm flesh. I had no idea how I could save these people from the relentless misery of their existence.
You should have stayed that way.
Really? Then I'll stop now. Find another telephone, Batman. Goodbye.
Yo! Someone needs to tell him how you would have thought like he would have used a telephone as a freaking weapon. I guess not today, honey. Okay, we got Catwoman. Okay, her occupation. Okay, not her real occupation. Her real name is Selina Kyle. She is a professional thief based in Gotham City. Has green eyes, black hair, 5'7", 125 pounds, and first appearance in Batman issue 1, spring of 1940. She is 1 inch shorter, yet weighs a little more than Poison Ivy. Okay. Not that concerns me. Okay. Her bio. An orphan who learned to survive on the mean streets of Gotham, Selina Kyle turned to thievery to survive. Determined to do it with style, she learned martial arts and trained in gymnastics to perfect her skills. Her criminal activities are tempered by a reluctant altruism, making her an inconstant villain and occasional hero. She maintains a complicated and adversarial relationship with Batman that frequently turns flirtatious and occasionally romantic. Okay, you see, you know, if I had to ship Batman with anyone in the world, you know, I think he and Catwoman seem like possibly the healthiest ship for Batman. I mean, heck, I think, yeah, it was in the last episode. I practically gagged when Talia said that, you know, she would, you know, be perfect for Batman. When it is obvious she would probably be rather manipulative. And just, you know, she's like that girl that, you know is, you know, there's, you know, that she means trouble. Stay away from her. If you want to be shipped with her, then I deeply pray for your safety, because otherwise you dead. Since the opening of Arkham City, reports of Catwoman burglaries are down, though underworld rumors have her hunting down Two-Face for an unknown reason. Ooh. Okay, so we have her attributes: trained gymnast and athlete, expert hand-to-hand combatant, highly skilled with whips and unrivaled stealth capabilities, and obsessed with stealing famous and well-protective items. Ooh, yep. And then we have Solomon Grande. His real name is Cyrus Gold. His occupation is not applicable. He is based in Slaughter Swamp. He has gray eyes, gray hair. He has varying heights and varying weights, and first appearance in All American Comics issue 61 in October 1944. Okay. Over a century ago, a murderer, Cyrus Gold, sought to escape justice by hiding in Slaughter Swamp, where he met a fate worse than death. Mysterious forces doomed the now immortal Grundy to an endless cycles of death and rebirth. Robbed of his memories, he adopted the name of nursery rhyme Solomon de Grande. Born on Monday, christened on Tuesday, married on Wednesday, took ill on Thursday, grew worse on Friday, died on Saturday, buried on Sunday. This is the end of Solomon Grande. Born on a Monday, Christmas on Tuesday. What? I don't know. How the heck would you freaking sing that or something? I don't know. I'm not gonna even try. And his attributes, each reincarnation makes him stronger, incredible strength and resilience, and can never be truly killed. Okay. So now we have the Riddler. The Riddler. Ready? Ready? We have our good old Riddy. Eddie, okay, his real name is Eddie Nashton, aka Edward Nygma. He is a professional criminal who was based in Gotham City. He has blue eyes, brown hair, 6'1", 183 pounds. Detective, first appearance in Detective Comics issue 140 in October 1948. Dang, Eddie. Okay, his bio. With an obsessive-compulsive need for attention, Edward Nygma is determined to be the cleverest of Gotham criminals, plotting elaborate trails of clues and riddles around his crimes. So basically, he'd be more like a PG or PG-13 version of the Jigsaw Killer. Almost, in ways, except for the puppet part. That's what probably one thing that's different. Or actually, one of the biggest things that's different. Moving on. Batman has proven a worthy opponent capable of unraveling the Riddler's most intricate plans, but Nygma is dedicated to creating a mystery that will stump the Dark Knight, even if he has to kill someone to do it. Humiliated by Batman on Arkham Island, Nygma is more determined than ever to bring the Caped Crusader on to his knees. Okay, and now his attributes. He is a genius intellect. He is driven to test others by leaving clues to his crimes, and compulsive need for attention. So basically, he throws all these riddles because, you know, he's someone, he just wants attention. He wants to be loved. But she never really got that. In one of the earlier episodes of Arkham Asylum, you know, he kind of mentions that he never really was appreciated. So basically, he's just a kid who's just crying out for attention, and this is literally the way that he does it. And his target is Batman. How hilarious. Oh, and yeah, I've read fanfics to where he's shipped with some villains. I think one of the most notorious ships I've seen is shipping him and the Scarecrow. Think about that for a moment. Okay. We now have Hugo Strange. Okay, his real name is Hugo Strange. He is a psychiatrist based in Gotham City. Has gray eyes, gray hair, 5'10", 180 pounds. Then first introduced in Detective Comics issue 96 in February 1940. Wow. Okay. Okay, an infamous psychiatrist, Dr. Hugo Strange, claims to have unique insight on the criminal minds for years of clinical study. He persuaded Mayor Sharp that the Arkham City project was the only way for Gotham City to eliminate crime and rogue vigilantes like Batman. In a way, he's like a corrupt psychiatrist. Dang, bro. Rumors persist of Strange performing ethically of dubious experiments on inmates without consent, but unless hard proof comes to light, the Gotham public is happy to credit Strange with their dramatically reduced crime rate. Strange knows that Batman will hunt him down. He's counting on it. By the prodigal 10. So, like I said, he sounds, you know, like a corrupt psychiatrist doing experiments without their consent. This honestly makes, what's his face, that makes Scarecrow, Dr. Jonathan Crane, seem rather generous. I mean, since there had been times I guess there may be times where, you know, does these experiments with the consent, but he never specifies exactly which. But funny. Wild. Okay, Hugo Strange's attributes. He is trained to physical perfection. He is a brilliant psychologist and analyst. Sorry there. Extensive knowledge of the psychoactive substances. Obsessed with Batman and Batman's secret identity, and plagued by schizophrenic episodes, aka, like I told you, he is basically a corrupt psychiatrist. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay, now we have Harley Quinn. Her real name is Dr. Harleen F. Quinzel, and the F there is Frances. Interesting. Okay. She is a professional criminal in Gotham City. She has blue eyes, blonde hair, 5'7", weighs 140 pounds, and first appearance in Batman Harley Quinn, issue 1 in October 1999. Oh, I was God, I must have been like 3 or something. Okay, an Arkham Asylum psychiatrist assigned to treat the Joker, Dr. Harleen Quinzel, instead became obsessively fixated on her patient, believing herself to be in love with him. She helped him escape and took on her own criminal identity as Harley Quinn. Quinn is a violent and unpredictable felon whose only motivation is achieving the Joker's approval. Because of his cruel and mercurial nature, this in some ways makes her just another of his victims, albeit a very dangerous one. Since the Joker's Titan overdose in Arkham Asylum, Harley's mind has further deteriorated. She is blindly determined to put a smile back on his face. And yeah, in a nutshell, she would be more so a tragic anti-hero since she is in an abusive relationship with the Joker. It is not love, y'all. If y'all y'all need to learn about what love is. Why? Okay? Because some people have, terrible perceptions on what love is. This is why, this is why 50 Shades of Grey exists, and why Twilight seems to be, the epitome of hey, this is what love is. Love is sexy. And then this is how Raylo is, was trying and stirring up to be. Even though it was already from the get-go. Why the frick do people sexualize a torture scene that's... Okay. Enough ranting. Getting on. Moving on. Okay, her attributes are surprising strength and stamina, the superior gymnastic skills, and total disregard for human life. Yep, the surprising strength is one you thought you would never. Okay, so here we have the Joker. Oh yeah, and we have 3 audio calls, so we get to listen to them after I finish up reading this stuff. Okay, his real name is, well, unknown. The Joker is practically a mystery. He is a professional criminal based in Gotham City. He has green eyes, green hair, 6 foot tall, 160 pounds. His first appearance is in Batman issue 1, spring 1940. Okay, his bio. The self-styled clown prince of crime has no superpowers beyond a capacity for incredible violence and a skill at creating deadly mayhem. Since his last encounter with the Dark Knight, the Joker has been transferred to Arkham City. Eyewitnesses claim he is stricken with a serious disease possibly caused by his Titan overdose on Arkham Island. He has been lying low, delivering orders through Harley Quinn, so no one can confirm if the Joker is actually in poor health or playing another sick joke. And yeah, the Joker, I think some of his wild ones include possibly along the lines of dead babies, just anything with babies being hurt. I feel like maybe the Riddler, this is probably where the Riddler got his, the whole cutting the baby Riddler joke that he was telling Dr. Young in back in Arkham Asylum, which is a pretty morbid joke. Ugh. Okay, so the Joker's attributes. He is an unrepentant homicidal maniac. He is surprisingly strong hand-to-hand combatant, has an unknown past. He employs various deadly weapons, often based on party gag items, and uses a fatal toxin that stretches victims' faces into a Joker-like grin. Yeah, since he wants to, bring a happy smile to people, but he does it in a very morbid way. He has morbid ways to do it. I mean, hello. If you read the fanfics, even the fanfics know, he is freaking morbid. And he probably seems like the kind of guy who probably wouldn't mind hurting another villain. Okay, I read fanfics, and it seems like one of the villains he seems notorious for hurting is the Scarecrow himself. Okay, first message.
Ooh, I can't believe I didn't think of this earlier. A hotline straight to my bestest friend in the world. Just think, I can call you up whenever I get bored. I think our relationship is really maturing here. The next thing you know is we'll be exchanging emails or meeting up for romantic dinners.
No! 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 No, Chief, this ain't it! I'm sorry you heard that message for the third time, but hey. But just, dear God, no. I don't think Batman would take the romantic dinners that. Exchanging emails, though, interesting. I think Batman would just, flip them off or something. But the romantic dinners, what would they eat? Burgers or something? Wow. Okay, message 2.
You have one missed call.
Ring, ring. I was just remembering when it first occurred to me. It was about 6 months after you left me on that rooftop back at the asylum. As the bones knitted back together, I had plenty of time to think. So how do you keep a secret from the world's greatest detective? Well, do you know? It's easy. You stick it right in front of him, right under his long, pointy nose, and wait.
Wow. Okay, message 3.
I hope you're doing your best here, Bats, because I just had a horrible thought. We could both actually die here tonight. Fortunately, the odds are weighted in my favor, but just imagine how you'll feel if I'm gone. It's not like you're not lonely enough, right? All that brooding is not good for you, you know. Do you have someone to go home to each morning? And I don't mean that kid you drag across the rooftops. I mean someone real, someone you can talk to. I don't think you do. It's sad, isn't it? You do all this for Gotham, and the only person you can rely on is me.
Unless if you count Alfred, then there's not really much to say on that. Wow. Okay, so now we have Mayor Quincy Sharp. Okay, his real name is Quincy Sharp. The occupation is the mayor of Gotham City. He is based in Gotham City. He has blue eyes, gray hair. He is 5'8", 190 pounds, and first appearance in Batman Arkham Asylum, August 2009. That was the game. Okay, here we go. Quincy Sharp was the warden of Arkham Asylum on the night that the Joker broke free. How many times does Joker break free from Arkham Asylum? For the umpteenth time. Too many times to count at this rate. 18 months ago, unknown to most, but discovered by Batman, Sharp suffered from a split personality disorder and had been committing atrocities in the asylum, believing himself to be possessed by the spirit of Amadeus Arkham. Someone call an exorcism! In reality, he was being influenced by Hugo Strange, who had provided Sharp with the most powerful mind-control drugs that allowed him to manipulate Sharp's behavior, enabling him to plant the seed that led to the creation of Arkham City. Hugo Strange used the evidence of the atrocities committed by Sharp as a collateral to make sure that whatever happened, Sharp must remain loyal to him. Wow. Okay. Attributes: intense dedication to clean up Gotham, quote unquote. Pompous and old-fashioned in demeanor, focus on his own political aspirations. So, this guy's a bit of a weirdo. Okay, we have Vicky Vale. Okay, her real name, we have Vicky Vale, investigative journalist in Gotham City. She has blue eyes, blonde hair, 5'7", 121 pounds, and first appearance in Batman issue 49. First appearance, that was in October to November 1948. And her bio: investigative reporter, Vicky Vale got her start at Gotham City Gazette, where she quickly rose to fame for her unwavering commitment to rooting out the ugly truths behind Gotham's corruption and poverty. Focusing more and more on Batman's feats, Vicky has recently turned her attention to the opening of Arkham City. God, why am I mixing the two today? She'll risk her life and limb to portray the dangers this prison city poses to the public, perhaps overly confident that Batman will be there to catch her when she falls. What? Girl, we need to have a talk. Okay, hard-nosed reporting skills and Gotham's most trusted name in news. So yeah, she seems a lot less, like, in a way, hot-headed like Jack Ryder. I don't know. Ooh, we got Two-Face. His real name is Harvey Dent. He's a professional criminal. He's in Gotham City. His blue eyes and brown gray hair. And he's 6 foot. He is 180 pounds. And his first appearance in Detective Comics issues 66 in August 1942. Okay, District Attorney Harvey Dent was one of Batman's strongest allies in Gotham City until a criminal threw acid in Dent's face, hideously scarring him. The wounds fractured his psyche, and he was reborn Two-Face, a schizoid criminal mastermind obsessed with duality. His former good luck charm, a two-headed trick silver dollar, was damaged on one of the sides of the attack, and Dent has seized it as a reflection of his half-scarred visage. He flips it to decide the fates of his victims. Two-Face is thriving in Gotham City, relying inmates to join his gang using tried and true campaign tactics. Yo. Two-Face lost his mind. He is hideously scarred on half of his face, extremely skilled with his twin 45 semi-automatics, and psychotic obsession with duality, and the number 2, is his motto, 2 is better than 1. Although he probably uses it in a very, very sick manner. And defers his half-scarred coin in choices of life or death. Talk about messed up, fam. Okay. Ra's al Ghul. Okay, real name is unknown. He is an international terrorist based in Mobile. He has green eyes and gray with white streaks kind of hair. 6 feet, 210 pounds. First appearance in Batman issue 232 in June 1971. Okay. Little is known about the early years of the nearly immortal Ra's al Ghul, leader of the League of Assassins, whose name means the Demon's Head. He has lived for many centuries due to the Lazarus Pit, mystical and an alchemical brews that restore his youth. A brilliant master of strategy and organization, Ra's goal is to save the Earth from an eventual ecological devastation by destroying most of its population. Yeah. Stay away from this guy. He recognizes Batman as both a worthy foe and a possible ally, except that Batman cannot accept Rage's dystopic worldview. To bring Batman to his side, Rage has even orchestrated a relationship between Batman and his beautiful daughter, Talia al Ghul. Which, in that case, go choke! Go choke Rage! Because his daughter is possibly worse than he is. Like, she's wowing. Okay, and now we have Talia al Ghul. Okay, real name is Talia al Ghul. She is an assassin, also immobile. She has green eyes, brown hair, 5'7", 141 pounds. First appearance in Detective Comics, issue 411, May 1971. The headstrong daughter of the Ra's al Ghul and an on and off again lover of Bruce Wayne, Talia is second in command of the League of Assassins. A master of hand-to-hand combat and swordplay, Talia has dueled with Batman on several occasions and considers him an honorable opponent. Despite Batman's elusiveness, her attraction to him has only increased, an attraction that her father encourages in his mad quest for a male heir. Talia knows that one day she may be forced to choose between her father and her beloved. At that point, stay away from Batman. Just do it, please. Okay, her attributes: trained in stealth and combat by the League of Assassins, ruthless and brilliant tactician, and runs legitimate business empires for the League. Wow. Okay, and now we have a couple more. And after this, we won't, then, yeah. After this, we'll just kind of look through whatever few things, and after that, we'll be done with the episode. And then the next episode, we get to officially go to the GCPD to return the blood to Mr. Freeze. Okay, here we have Penguin. Okay, he is Oswald Chesterfield Cobblepot. Occupation is a black market racketeer in Gotham City. Has blue eyes, black hair, 4'10", 175 pounds. And first appearance in Detective Comics on issue 58 in December 1941. So yeah, in a nutshell, he is short and fat. I'm surprised he did not eat himself to get into my 600-pound life. Jeez, that show is like a guilty pleasure show that I could both laugh at and cringe at. But in rare occasions, I can say, alright, we good here. You good, but half the time, it's usually more so a laugh or cringe. Okay. The Penguin is an eccentric criminal mastermind known for his shady business dealings. Born into a wealthy Cobblepot family, Oswald was sent overseas for school as a boy. When his family hit hard times, Cobblepot immersed himself in a criminal education on the streets of London. Years later, he re-emerged as the Penguin, a black market arms dealer in Gotham, facilitating the illegal financial activities that fund much of the city's underworld. The Penguin seems to be prospering within Arkham City as the leader of its emerging black market. Ooh, okay. Penguin is a criminal and financial mastermind, expert hand-to-hand combatant. I'm surprised. I remember the other day I was watching a video. It was an Arkham night, and Batman had sent, because Batman had a slew of criminals in the GCPD headquarters. And basically Deathstroke was saying that Penguin could basically be a good fighter. He just needs to lose some weight first. I'm like, yo, Deathstroke, chill, Slade, dude, chill, my dude. Chill out. Yo, he was wildin'. I don't know why. That was the funniest thing I ever seen. Okay. He is driven to prove himself and employs various weapons. Oh boy. So next up we have Mr. Freeze! He was honestly one of the more underrated of, you know, a possible top tier character, top tier villain in the whole Batman universe. Okay. His real name is Dr. Victor Freeze. Don't confuse him with Victor Zass, or I don't know. We're calling the fire department. Yeah. Yeah, if you try to confuse him, I'll call in the fire department so we can settle this. I would say call the cops, but as of right now, times are far too critical to say that. Okay. Occupation, he is a professional criminal and based in Gotham City. He has blue eyes, no hair, and 6'3". Christ, he's tall! 190 pounds. In Batman issue 121 in February 1959. But if that's just him without that suit, Christ, he's tall! Yo! But maybe that's just my way of thinking, because I'm short. Okay. Victor Freeze was a brilliant cryogenist whose beloved wife Nora was stricken with a fatal degenerative disease. He placed her in a suspended animation while obsessively searching for a way to cure her, but the corporation that funded for his research pulled the plug, triggering an accident that transformed Freeze's body into a cold-blooded form that must always be kept below zero. At normal room temperature, he will die. Wielding a number of freezing weapons, he wears protective armor in his quest to somehow bring back his lovely wife and avenge her fate. Since the opening of Arkham City, Mr. Freeze has seemingly disappeared. And yeah, to bring it to you guys here, Mr. Freeze is possibly a more tragic is another one of those tragic anti-heroes, and is actually one of the more sympathetic villains in a way. Overall, is possibly one of the most tragic characters in the whole Batman universe. He can go along with Harley Quinn with being incredibly tragic characters. And I remember, I think in the Harley Quinn show, there was an episode to where Mr. Freeze, in a way, was basically teaching Harley about what love is. Because, well, Harley had, you know, gotten out of her abusive relationship with the Joker. And Mr. Freeze kind of teaches Harley, you know, that there's more like healthier relationships, healthier love, healthier romantic relationships. Like the one that he has with his wife. And I think Mr. Freeze would, you know, had things gone differently for him, like had his wife been alive, I think he and his wife would easily make, be the one to give everyone advice, for any couple's advice. Okay, his attributes, and besides, I'm going to be seeing him next episode, so I'm going to be, taking in the blood to him, so yay, you get to see him next episode. He's a scientific genius with a specialty in cryogenics, employs an extensive array of weaponry. Permanently altered to survive in a sub-freezing state, and wears protective freezing armor, and motivated by grief over the fate of his wife, Nora. And, I think I've read fanfics to where there are cases to where she actually woke up from her state, and others to where she actually then, they basically, she ended up dying, and then it was laid to rest. I know, but poor guy. Okay, now we have Jim Gordon. He looks old here for some reason. Okay, his real name is James W. Gordon. Occupation is as a police commissioner. He's in Gotham City. Has blue eyes, white, formerly brown hair, and 6 feet, and is 180 pounds. And first appearance in Detective Comics, issue 27 in May 1939. Okay, Police Commissioner James W. Gordon, dedicated to his career to cleaning up the corruption of the Gotham City Police Department, a goal he has come a long way towards accomplishing. He has been equally tough on crime, and in the pursuit of making Gotham City safe for all of its citizens, Gordon has forged an uneasy alliance with Gotham's other top crime fighter, the mysterious vigilante known as Batman. In the wake of Mayor Sharp's establishment of Gotham City and Tiger Guards assuming most lawful enforcement roles, Gordon has been increasingly marginalized, but he remains an ally to the Batman. Okay. His attributes: an experienced police officer, trained criminologist, proficient in hand-to-hand fighting, and expert marksman. Okay, we have Robin, which I'm guessing this is gonna be the Tim Drake Robin. Yes, I called it. I called it. This has to be Tim Drake. Yeah, and I was like, yep, I called it. Okay, his real name is Tim Drake. He is a student, a high school student or a college student. I don't know, he looks like he could be a college student. I mean, heck, he looked like a college student in Arkham Knight. But maybe he's a high school student. I don't know. Who am I to know? Based in Gotham City, he has blue eyes, black hair, he is 5'10", 170 pounds, first appearance in Batman, issue 436 in August 1989. Okay. Young Tim Drake was in the audience of the night of the Flying Graysons were murdered, where he witnessed Batman leap into the scene, inspired by Batman's heroics. Tim closely followed by the chronicles of Batman and Robin, which I think at the time, yeah, the Batman was Dick Grayson or Richard Grayson. Eventually deducing their secret identities using his self-taught detective skills. Dang, Robin. Tim convinced Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson, now Nightwing, that a new Robin was needed in the never-ending battle for justice. Tested by the Dark Knight himself with a grueling training regime, Tim earned the right to become Robin and has since lived up to the name. Ah, there you go, Tim Drake. Okay, his attributes: keen detective skills, trained to fight crime by Batman, an arsenal of gadgets and advanced technology. Okay, and now we have Oracle. Okay, her information: her real name is Barbara Gordon, who is basically the commissioner's daughter. Yeah, Jim Gordon's daughter. Okay, her occupation is an information broker based in Gotham City. Has blue eyes, red hair, 5'11", 126 pounds, and first appearance in Detective Comics, issue 359 in January 1967. Okay, the daughter of Gotham City Police Commissioner James W. Gordon, Barbara Gordon was forbidden by her overprotective father from joining the GCPD. Sometimes overprotective parents can raise some pretty strong, rather stubborn kids. Yep, because look what Barbara did. Okay, instead she took on the identity of Batgirl and was a crime-fighting partner of Batman for years, but all that ended when the Joker shot her through the spine. Paralyzed from the waist down and confined to a wheelchair, Barbara adopted the new identity of Oracle and now aids the Dark Knight with her computer expertise, providing Batman with a constant stream of information in the field to aid his battle against crime. Yep, she was Batgirl. Okay, eidetic memory, recall of everything she sees and reads, extensive headquarters in Gotham City's clock tower, and high-level hacking and computer skills. Dang, Oracle, she's really got that going. Okay, we have Alfred. Okay, we have Alfred Pennyworth. He is a butler in Gotham City, has blue eyes and gray, formerly black hair, 6 foot, 160 pounds, first appearance in Batman issue 16, April to May 1943. Okay. After a varied career, Alfred Pennyworth was employed as the Wayne family's butler. When Bruce Wayne's parents were killed, Alfred raised the young orphan and reluctantly aided him in his quest to become the Batman. Alfred's many skills ranging from cooking to combat medicine, making him Batman's staunchest ally, along with the formal demeanor that grounds the Dark Knight and deflects those who might otherwise suspect Bruce Wayne's true identity. So, dang, he's a good cook. I remember reading, I think, Bat Family texting stories things, and there was one to where Alfred ended up making brownies, and Batman ate them all, but he said they were so good. Or maybe all the kids ate them. He either made brownies or cookies. I think it was brownies, and the kids ate them, and they were good. And then Batman had some for himself. Dang. Who would kill to have whatever Alfred is cooking? Maybe Alfred does season his food. Yeah, I'm going to keep throwing that joke around. Okay, his attributes is a skilled actor, trained in emergency medical techniques, proficiency with mechanical and computer systems, expert in domestic sciences, and unflappable manner. Dang. Okay, and now we have Bruce Wayne. And then we have the Batman, who are essentially the same person, but I'm going to read the bios because why the heck not? I don't care. Okay, we have Bruce Wayne. His real name is, okay, so we have Bruce Wayne as CEO and a philanthropist. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I don't think I did, but whatever. Based in Gotham City, has blue eyes, black hair, 6'2", 210 pounds, in Detective Comics, issue 27 in May 1939. So yeah, he's tall. He's tall, but surprisingly, like shorter. Yeah, I think, but surprisingly shorter than Mr. Freeze. And yeah, most of his weight is pure, like, at least a good portion of his weight is probably pure muscle. Godly. Okay, born into the wealthy Wayne family, Bruce Wayne had an idyllic childhood, but after witnessing his parents' violent murder in Crime Alley, Bruce dedicated his life to battling criminals. He circled the globe for years, trained his mental and physical abilities to their peak. Gotham City welcomed him home, not knowing that high society's favorite billionaire playboy is also the Batman. In my opinion, Batman has a higher moral than Iron Man. So, in a way, they're all Iron Man and Batman. Like, Tony Stark and Bruce Wayne are almost essentially the same. Except I consider Bruce Wayne having a bit of a higher moral, aka Batman having a higher moral. Bruce has never been into politics, but Batman alone has not been able to stop Arkham City's construction, and so he has had no choice but to use his alter ego and invest millions to bring enough political pressure to bear the force its closure. He knows it as it is a ticking time bomb waiting to explode onto the streets of Gotham. Okay, he is a billionaire playboy by day, Batman by night, and Gotham's most eligible bachelor. He's gonna be the next boy. He's gonna be the next poster boy on The Bachelor. But then we all know who's gonna end up getting him. Selena Kyle. Okay, and now we finally have Batman. Yeah, I was gonna say, well, Bruce Wayne is, but Batman is our main protagonist of this game. His real name is Bruce Wayne, although we all know plentiful of people don't know that. Okay, his occupation is the world's greatest detective, and based in Gotham City, he has blue eyes, black hair, 6'2", 210 pounds, and appeared in Detective Comics issue 27 in May 1939. Okay, here's his bio. When his parents were gunned down in front of him, yikes, young Bruce Wayne resolved to rid Gotham City of the criminal element that took their lives. He trained extensively to achieve mental and physical perfection, in addition to mastering martial arts, detective techniques, and criminal psychology. Dressing as a bat to prey on criminals' fears, Batman fights crimes with the aid of specialized gadgets, and vehicles are operating out of a secret Batcave below Wayne Manor. Oh, baddie. Oops. And then we have Arkham. I have not collected any stories, whatever. Okay, Steel Mill. I found some challenges in that, and that's, or not challenges, but Riddler trophies. So it looks like I probably won't be far off from the next upgrade. And then here's my map, which I have to go back to the GCPD, which is now I will be heading to next time. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and we'll see you guys next time.